Well, hello again. Here's your midweek reading. I feel like I've found a bit of a flow here. We're going to be shooting for a weekend reading, probably predicting what you'll need to know for the coming week. We'll see how these things change. It's been an interesting 2 weeks learning about YouTube and learning how to video and be okay on a video. I've got so much to learn. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you that have been tuning in. It means a lot to me. Help me get started here. But anyway, on to your reading. It feels like we're in kind of a time bubble. Maybe not just today, but it feels like maybe it started yesterday and we're moving through it and then coming out of it tomorrow. We'll see in the reading, but are we procrastinating or maybe taking a much needed just stop and look around, see what I want to take with me kind of thing. So I don't know. I haven't done your readings yet, but as usual, you can choose from the first pile, the second pile, or the third pile. And let's go in and see what's shaking here. It feels like we're gonna crawl into that little crystal ball there. So see you in your reading. So this is the first reading. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying the magic of today. It feels fabulous. I feel like we're having if you're in this reading, it's like you have a clean slate today. It's Spirit's reminding you to be in the present moment. Don't think of yourself as how you've developed through all your hardships, through everything you've been through. Spirit's saying, look at yourself with fresh eyes as you are now, without including the entire story of you. So I've got some incense going here. It smells amazing. So we are just going to use mostly tarot, I think, today. And let's find out if you're procrastinating or using distraction in this time to kind of get through it, or if you're using there might be some fears there. So let's see how we're managing the fears. Now, I don't know if we're allowed to have any parts not covered, so let's just cover up the star there. So we've got, you're going from fears to going, to heck with it, I'm moving forward. So you are not procrastinating or using distraction. You're saying, no, I'm in it kind of to win it. Let's get rolling. I love this. Okay, one more. The Hermit goes here. Chances are you are a meditator. If you're in this first reading, chances are you like to meditate. Okay, we've got all of this. We've got the world and we've got the star. And it just happens to be they're both very exposed. So I kind of love the message in that for you. When I said you were going, I'm leaving my fears behind and I'm going forward with this, in it to win it kind of thing. Yeah, you're all in. You're showing all of your sides. That's why I guess before we started pulling cards, I got the clear message about don't look at yourself as everything you've overcome and all of those past things being part of you. Of course they are, but look at yourself where people say, I'm just meeting you today and I'm going to see what's right in front of me with you, and I'm going to think you're amazing, obviously, because you've got a lot of you've got 4 major arcana cards first of all on the board right to begin with. So I mean, that's change. You went from, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know exactly. I'll keep researching till I know how to do it. No, you're like, no, I'm going forward and you are rocking it. So the Hermit shows a lot of going deep within yourself and making this decision not on a whim. I feel like you dipped your toes in the water a few times and then like, yeah, I'll come back to this once I've researched. And you know, if you're like me, we can get analysis paralysis. So I tend to do look into it enough that I can start. And I feel like we're kind of alike here, so that you can start and then learn as you go. Just like I'm doing with my channel here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I kind of do. So let's get started and get better at it as I go. So good job on all of this. We're going to clarify these with some more tarot, but I wanted to use mostly tarot today. So you are definitely jumping in with both feet, and good job on that. The world, the star and the world together, my goodness, there's nothing stopping you. And we have the Four of Cups. So, okay, did you see that? With the Four of Cups, we have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So there is a message coming in. I heard that twice now, once with this card and another with the Page of Cups. There's some good forward movement here. Whatever your passion is, I got goosebumps all down my back. So if you can relate to this, if one of you is getting goosebumps down your back, let me know. And by the way, I'd love to hear where everybody's listening from. I'm up here in Canada and would love to hear where you guys are from. It's a beautiful morning here. So once you decided to jump in, you felt the switch in energy. You didn't see immediate results, but you felt it energetically. And you know you're onto something good. You don't need me to tell you that, but isn't it fun getting confirmation? And it's not going to be a trickle in. So right now you might be having things sort of, since making this leap, and this could be an emotional leap. This could be, I'm going to be okay on my own, or I'm going to open up to a new relationship, or I'm starting a new business, or I'm venturing into a new idea within my business. It could be anything. So whatever it is for you, you know you're so right to jump into this. And like I said, it's not going to really trickle in. It's going to be, maybe a slow go. You might get a trickle in, but what I mean is when it gets big, it kind of gets big fast. So maybe you've decided to date again and you meet a few people and you're starting to think, well, I don't know if this is really right for me, but you know it is because you jumped in with both feet. You're going to get that tower moment where you're like, wow, I am so glad I made this choice. And you know you made it intuitively, so how could you be wrong? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles on the bottom. What do you want, gravy on that? You really come into yourself more with whatever we're talking about here. You really come into yourself more and are more in charge of your energy. And if it's a relationship, you're definitely getting matched with that. And also, this is very, I want to say, fruitful. What you've dove into here is very fruitful. So if it's money, if it's a business, excellent. These are all big, pretty powerful cards. And then you've got the Fool on the bottom. So let's clarify with a few more tarot. And let's clarify the Devil and the Hermit, please. Three of Wands, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords. So you've really made up your mind. Look at all these swords. And, okay, this is great. Yeah. This one wants to come out, so I'm going to set it there. But first, you said, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? And you made up your mind in this hermit time, and you bypassed your fears. And the Knight of Swords, does he look like he's hesitating where he's going? No, he's hopping on the bike. He might not know his end destination, but he knows what he's doing. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords together, come on. The Raven, I've been having a lot of Raven synchronicity, have you? And he's hopping on with no hesitation, just as we mentioned in the beginning. And the Three of Wands, and I especially love it in this deck, because she is so pleased with where she's at. She's just going forward. You can't predict the sea, but she says, yeah, I'm going out there. I've done the legwork. Let's go. So let's see what this card is. Ooh, Knight of Cups. Remember when I mentioned it might be about getting back into dating again? So this is coming under the World and the Star. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be about a new relationship. Or possibly, this feels shaky though, the rekindling of an existing relationship. This feels pretty brand new to me though. Oh, wow. So we've got the Fool again. We've got the Fool, the Fool. So where I just said it's feels shaky that it's a rekindling, and we got the Fool to clarify that. It feels like you're starting brand new. It's, you could have gained wisdom from a past relationship, definitely. And where I said we don't need to make that part of our identity anymore in the very beginning, this is clarifying that. This is a brand new you. Show the world who you are. And if this is about a relationship, how exciting. These are two very sure people. Let's get one more clarifier for that, please. This is very, you know, you're onto something. Okay, yeah, so you've taken a long time to come into this. This whole first stage you kind of breathed in and out of, but now you're in it. We've got the Star, the Fool, the World, the Knight of Cups, but we went from Nine of Swords. Oh, I don't know if that's, you know, if I can do that, or if I want to do that, or if I want to invest myself in that, or be that transparent that I can attract the right person or the right business partners or whatever it might be. But the transparency in these first two cards is really coming through, and you said, no, I'm no more, I'm not being this anymore. And we have death and rebirth. So this is transformation. You are on your way. Wow. Okay. Let's see let's go back into the Four of Cups, Ace of Wands, and Page of Cups. This is, I feel like somebody's going to introduce you to somebody that's really gonna get this ball rolling. Let's get some clarifiers for this third row. Kind of want to come over and hear about what it is you're getting up to there. Ace of Cups on the Ace of Wands on the Four of Cups. So, wow, this is definitely a lot of newness. You have the World and the Death card and the Star and the Fool in one row, and it's doubled up several times here. So coming in with a transparent, making yourself a transparent person, you're coming into, it lightens your emotional load. You are coming into such a freedom feeling. Any more clarifiers for the third row? I feel like we want to take that one. Yeah, Four of Wands. Four of Wands. That's like a whole new foundation. And do they look happy or what? Four of Wands, 11, 11. the Empress on the bottom, and Temperance blue out there for you. So yeah, this definitely for a lot of you feels like a relationship, but it's not. It's really not about manifesting that relationship. It's about deciding that you're going to jump in with both feet without knowing, and look at the balance, not just for a relationship or a business. It's just overall balance in you. You're really becoming who you are. But I'm going to leave that here too. We've got the Empress. When I'm doing readings, my left brain seems to kind of pause. So if you hear me making a mess of words or sounding like I'm half asleep, I'm just in the zone. So the Tower, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Fool. Let's clarify all these, because this feels like boom, boom. Like you've got money coming in. You're happy in your emotional life. You're definitely not using distraction. You are making good use of this time, and it's going to pay off. And you're like, yeah, my rest time is over. That's back here. But you're still a bit in it, because this came in pretty sideways. So you're still in a bit of Four of Swords. You're still in a bit of that. So breathe in, breathe out. Take a break when you need it. Be happy. She's like snoozing, but she's like, I got it going. Like, I know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. And you're choosing a new path. The fears are gone. Wow, you have two King of Pentacles. So you got a King of Pentacles clarifying another King of Pentacles. Two of Wands. You are choosing, and you're re-choosing. Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Okay. Four of Pentacles on the bottom. Those days of holding on too tight, overprotecting yourself, are over for now. Yeah, we revisit them, but to what depth? Not where you've come from, that's for sure. So we've got the Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles. You're definitely coming into whatever you've chose. It could either be romantic, or it could be a work situation with the Three of Pentacles, or it could be both. You're coming in, you're opening up to at least, another person in a relationship, or more people in a work relationship, or say a fun group you're joining. But it definitely involves other people, and this was your choice, was to jump in with both feet and achieve that. So amazing. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If this resonated with you, you can definitely count it as a confirmation. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi again. If you chose the second reading, you are here. Let's dive right in. What is going on in this time bubble? We're looking for clarity on whether we're procrastinating or making good use of our time, just taking a needed pause, or what. So you seem to have a lot of information coming at you from every angle. I mean, this is crazy. So that is a big part of the message. Do you feel like you need energy clearing, that type of thing? Maybe just even a good walk, or you can clear your energy in your shower. Maybe you're into sound healing. Maybe I don't know, but it feels like there's a lot of cluttery energy around you, and we may not even keep these cards, but let's see what they say, because there was a huge message with them all flying out like that. Like, that was a lot of cards. So let's see what they are. And this one was off to the side by itself. So yeah, here pretty soon you're going, I apologize. When I'm doing readings, a lot of times my words come out a little bit harder than usual because I'm in reading mode. So I'm in the zone and my left brain isn't always keeping up. So I feel this just feels exhausted to me. But you know you're working hard right now, and you know you're moving into this easier space where you're going to be able to relax. But we still need to take a break once in a while here. So you're definitely not a procrastinator. I feel like you're spinning your wheels a bit here right now because you're trying to work hard until you get to this point. And I'm afraid it feels like you're going to burn out before you get here if you don't take a break away. And taking that break away will also help you see what you don't need to think about anymore, because I feel like there's extra stuff in here that you're not really needing to worry about at this point. And you are very diligent and you keep tabs on everything. But the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, these are all great cards. The Hermit, the Chariot, the Ace of Cups. So you're getting there, and the end is going to really push you through. Save some energy for the end of this journey, because right at the end is where you're going to need a lot of energy to push you through, so you can just hop on that little boat and let that guide paddle you off into some more kind of sustainable energy. So this is something big you're working on. And I'm going to compare it to having a baby. That's the analogy I just got, which makes sense about saving some energy for the end to push you through. And then there will be a rest after that too, for sure. You've definitely foretold that. But in the meantime, let's just calm that down. Take some time to clear your energy, clear your mind, clear your space. There, doesn't that feel better? Now let's see what's coming through after your energy is cleared. Page of Pentacles. This feels like somebody coming in to say, hey, have you heard about this? So hear them out. Someone's coming in with a good idea that you might normally kind of kibosh, like, no, it's not mine. I've done my research. I know what I'm doing. Give them a moment. Give them a moment. And it might not be that exact idea, but it might give you another idea for another something else. Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you are definitely getting out of the muck. This tired fog with too much going on. Yeah, definitely choosing what you need to do now and leaving the rest for later. It's going to give you that little bit of extra energy. And, ooh, wish fulfillment. So doesn't that feel better? Because the energy in you right now is just like, get this done, get that done, keeping busy, so busy. But keeping that busy with the under the guise of, well, I'm getting things going. I have to get this done. I have to get that done. Sometimes that in itself can be a distraction. So hopefully that answers your question as to whether you're distracting or procrastinating or making a good conscious effort forward. So I feel like after this clearing, however you choose on yourself, you will have your wits about you. You'll know exactly what you're doing. And this just feels like more energy. So if you've been lacking in energy or finding yourself just instantly tired, waking up with lots of energy and an hour later going, oh, I'm drained. This feels great. So just a reset in your little, take this time bubble we're in to reset your energy. Don't worry. It's not procrastinating. It is something that's quite needed. And you will be happy you did. Anything else to add to these cards? And then we'll get some more clarifiers. The Empress, the Fool. Look at all the yellow. Can you feel the sun coming out? Let's push these into the sun. I hope you can still see them. It's so sunny, I can't see my camera, so I'm hoping these are still in the shot. But, yeah, you've got some good stuff. Did you just, like, I can feel the energy changing. Please try, well, you will know if it resonates with you. You don't need to trust me or anybody. Your intuition, your inner knowings. More yellow, goodness sakes. Come on, King of Pentacles. So basically this fog you're in, clear that. However you need to do that, you know, but it's going to change everything around you. And I mean everything. I hope you can feel the energy shift as we go into these new cards, because I sure can. It feels like, oh, my eyes don't feel like they want to sleep now. So good job getting your energy back. And we have two cards that flipped while I was shuffling there. Page of Swords. Yeah, this is just some new ideas coming in from this. Look at these swords. I love it. So you've taken control and it's allowing space. You've cleared out that overstimulation, and now you're free to get in new ideas. And just this feels so self-assured today. And we also had the Strength card with that. So more yellow. I mean, this is a much needed pause to walk around your bubble. You're not procrastinating. Definitely not. So in the last few weeks of starting this video, I have 27 subscribers, I think. But it just feels so high vibration. I get excited to come back here and do some more readings for you guys. Are awesome. And thank you for your comments. And just giving it a chance. Brand new channel, so I appreciate it. All right, let's... Oh, this just feels so good. Like every card that's coming up is just better than the last. So, Two of Cups. This is, yeah, I know it can be like a romantic relationship, but to me it just feels like you are really getting it together and knowing who to trust, and that you can absolutely trust that right now. And that's what's this is a big thing in helping you go forward. You're honing your skills. You know you're good at your craft. Everybody knows whatever it is you're doing, whether you're volunteering, whether you are working for a company, whether you are owning a company, you take pride in your work. And you also take pride in who you trust. And that is one of your best qualities, actually. Because people know, they'll look at you and say, well, yeah, if they're using this group to help them, I mean, I don't even have to research. I know. So you've got a lot of integrity. And here's the Four of Wands again. I love this. I really, really love this. It's just a lot of stability coming out of that sort of exhausting mess we began with. And we've got the Ace of Swords. I mean, we could go on and on. Three of Wands, but let's leave that there, and let's see if we can get a couple more clarifiers from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. This deck has been with me for years and years and years and years, and obviously I've used it a lot. I put it away for a while. And here we go. Now I love it. Okay. It's like, oh, can you hear it? All right. One of Swords. Didn't we just look at that? Ace of Swords. I said we could go on and on. We already had the Ace of Swords. This is a great opportunity. This is, you're very intellectual. Your brain is one of the most amazing things about you. You have a creative mind. So you've got the triumphant success again with the Ace of Swords and truth, like where I talked about your integrity, and people know that. They know you are on the up and up, that, and you know that, and that means a lot to you. Look at the prism on this card. I love it. You are very enlightened. Let's put that right over the sword. And we've got 0. This is equivalent to the Fool. New beginnings. Absolutely. And number 3, recognition and reward. Absolutely. You couldn't ask for better cards, confirming what we just talked about. So that was a short and sweet reading for the second group, but let's pull a couple angel cards, angel numbers. Wow. So it might feel like a mess right now or fuzzy. Clear that. Revisit some old things. But I feel like it's, and 6s are about moving into calmer waters too. 6s are about what happens after the shake-up. So get that energy cleared. That one wants to stay. Let's see if there's anything else. Infinity. Have you been seeing the number 8 a lot? It's not the first time this whole scenario has happened to you. In fact, I feel like you know why you're tired, and this reading is just confirmation. Yeah, I know I needed to clear my energy. Okay, we've got, look at these cards, 3 and 3-3 action. The color is the same. You are, and honestly, I feel like something is tapping on my heart. You are ready to get rolling again after this. Just take this time that you need, okay? 3-3-3. That's going to be, I'm not going to tell you what to set with your numbers. I just, for this instant, it is 3s are going to be your confirmation that you are in action now, and you are in tandem with your higher self. You are working towards, and then we got the reward card, 8-8. So it's definitely confirming that when you see the 3s, you're going to know that you are definitely in that winner's path. So get through this fuzz. Release all that, reset, and I guess maybe that's the revisit. But yeah, it's a lot of clarity and some good movement forward. But don't worry about taking some time to kind of set back, because it is necessary. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time, and take care. Welcome, Group 3. Let's dig in, and woo, you are ready to rock and roll. This one wants to tickle my fingers. Yeah, so I don't know about what we're allowed to. I have to look up the YouTube rules. I'm new. As far as what can appear on cards, but we do have the Lover's card and Temperance. And no matter how things come about, why this card is sideways, obviously because I put it to cover up a bit there, but we do have the Temperance card coming in over the Lovers. So I feel like you are balancing either the way you make decisions, and it just because it's the Lovers doesn't mean that it has to be about lovers. It can be about making a decision. Maybe you're balancing your, I want to say left and right side, but seriously, if you tend to make spur of the moment decisions based only on your emotions, maybe you're balancing that, or we're going to get some clarifiers. We're going to find out. But So whatever it is that you're changing, it is going to make your life easier, and we're going to find out more about that. So this reading was about, are you using this time bubble wisely? Maybe you needed to take a break. Maybe you needed to adjust. Maybe you need to go full force. Let's find out what it is for you. And because if you're in this reading, any three of these, you are one that keeps track of making sure you are not fooling yourself by thinking that what you're doing is necessary and not a distraction. You are not fooled by that. You have evolved. So let's see what's really going on. You've got a lot of swords. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Probably can't see that. So you've definitely learned how to take control of your mind. We've got all these swords and the Emperor showing up underneath. The Emperor is number 4. The Emperor is very decisive. The Emperor is like all 4 kings from the deck, really. So you've mastered a lot. And when I said everybody in this reading is very aware of when they're trying to fool themselves into thinking, oh no, but I need this for that. You've lived that, you're done that. You've really pulled yourself together, and you know yourself, and you've mastered your mind, so to speak, so that you're more able to make decisions, which is great. Whew. So right away, yeah, you've got 3 major Arcana cards. I'm going to put that there. All these are a really great foundation. Balancing all that. But I love that you haven't let go of your animated side, because at first it might have felt like that, but just as balancing everything, it might have felt a little kind of rigid for a while, but now you're coming back into, having that playful side, and here we are. My left brain just left again. This is a great opportunity. If this is about business and you've been thinking about partnering up with somebody where you've taken the time to decide, you've made the right choice. You've made the right choice regarding that, and you know that. You know that. This is just another confirmation for you. You'll probably be getting a lot of 444 or a lot of 4s, just to kind of let you know that you're still on the right track. So if you're questioning, did I make the right choice with regards to moving forward with this new company? Maybe you're merging, or maybe you are getting in a new relationship with someone, and you feel good about it, but then you might be second guessing yourself, and Spirit's going to send you those 4s to say, no, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. You can trust yourself. 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Yeah. You've been working at this for a while. This is the start of your reading is just like hitting hard. It's like, boom. This is so secure, nobody can move it. So if there's any wavering going on around you, with the 9 of Wands, you're like, I am tired of trying. But you know that your foundation is there. So this is interesting. We're going to need some more clarifiers, but whatever you initially thought back here when this reading began, let's stay with that flow, because that's what it's about, and that's where your firm foundation lies with that. So I'm curious to see what you're moving forward with. And you're very whatever this, if you're coming into a relationship, I feel like you're one of those people that still needs your time away. And even if this is a business relationship, you will never lose that sense of who you are and what you do on your own. Like a lot of this would be about still working on your own. Or as I mentioned, if it's a relationship, you are still getting that time on your own, and that new person will understand that. And just to come in with that definite sense of who you are, you've worked hard to develop this foundation of yourself. Like, make good use of it. Got the 8 of Wands in the World on the bottom of the deck. There's a new beginning coming in, and it's coming in pretty hot. So let's get some other clarifiers here. Let's get the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. I've had this for a long time. Okay, we just had the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is the equivalent. So where I said you've got that switch. It might not even be a new job or a new partner, but it's a switch for sure, at least in the energy. And like I said, it's coming in hot. You will notice, you will definitely notice that change. So let's leave that there. Accelerated motion. And that accelerated motion could not happen without this self-assuredness that you've gained. Ooh, celebration on 3 cups. Truth. Something's not quite come through here yet. You're still waiting on confirmation. What is this? Okay. Where we said you're waiting on confirmation, and I don't necessarily read reversals or whatever. I have no set, I just read what I hear in my mind and what Spirit sends me. So you have, when this came in, I'm like, yeah, you've not quite decided, but yeah, you've decided, and you already know it's going to be amazing. So basically, you've got your intuitive confirmation. You're just waiting for the physical world to catch up with you and say, yep, you're right, because we do have fulfillment of wishes. The Temptation card really blew in to say, look at your fears, but don't let them control you. And I feel like that ended back here. You no longer are controlled by your fears. You look at them and say, is this trying to show me something? Or is this just something old I need to wash away? Right? So this feels very exciting. This whole section, I would love to get some more clarifiers first. So we're going to clarify the truth. You're going to get something's yet to be uncovered, just as we mentioned. The Moon. There's one more step to this truth. Something you need to see, but it won't be shocking. In fact, I think it's something you knew about, but it's so small that you kind of set it on the back burner. But that is coming through, and we have the Strength card to also clarify working past your fears. So in the past, you might have thought, ooh, that's not going really smooth. I'm just going to go a different direction. And now you've found a good balance, the Temperance card. You found a good balance in knowing, no, everything takes a struggle sometimes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And it's brought you a lot of strength in knowing who you are, and your fulfillment of wishes under that is great. Okay, we've got 2. King of Swords, Ten of Cups. Look at this row. Like, I'm not saying this is the outcome, but you've got a, like, it's like a big green light. Green for go. You've got your, this, I know it's the King of Swords, but it feels the same as the Emperor. It's like the biggest part of your foundation here, making decisions and setting things up to go the way you want them to go, has to do with the King of Swords. It's getting your mind in order. The Hierophant. Whew. This getting your mind in order, people might think of that as like, oh, you know, analytical or getting your kind of ducks in a row. It is, but it's giving you a higher connection, a better connection to your higher self. And that's what's allowing you to become an amazing manifester with the Magician card. I'm going to get one oracle, or however many we get in 3 shuffles. 1, 2. No, I'm not taking all of those. Co-create. Co-create. Oh, look at that. Yin and Yang came out in the bottom of this pile. So that's talking about balance. Come on. This whole reading is very much about balance. Time for a nap. Take your rest when you need it. Spirit you felt this leg up. It might not be showing evidence of this leg up that you've had from the universe, from Spirit, but you know it's there, and you know it's doing what it needs to do behind the scenes. Regeneration, you're in the middle of that. You're still regenerating, so take a break when you need it and clean it up. I like that. You're probably like, okay, summer's over. We're maybe not having so many backyard barbecues or a beer down by the river or whatever. So you're getting into that kind of cleanup mode, which is awesome. But I love that you have the co-create card, because that's what we've been talking about with whether it's a relationship or a business or a partnership of some kind. Great confirmation. With the balance, and one angel number card, please. Just around. Look at that little owl. That is just so cute. I've seen him lots of times, but some days different things always jump out. And that is like you are really putting yourself out there. You're not afraid anymore. You're not afraid. 1, 2. Okay, mindfulness and rebellion. Love it. 2713 and 510. I'm noticing the shapes, especially in these cards. Nothing related to this card really, or its meaning, but an intuitive message that I just received was that you are really coming into your psychic self. And yes, it's real. And that clearing your mind is opening your third eye. No, these are not messages from the book, but like I said, I use my psychic messages to portray what I'm seeing from Spirit. So, okay, well, it looks like you're on your way and using your time well. Laying that foundation, it's been everything. Now you can really trust yourself moving forward. So good luck. Enjoy this little time bubble, and I will see you in the next reading. Thanks again for watching. Bye.